Welcome back, folks, to Ratchet and Clank. We are about to head to Rilgar. Cause new planets, yeah.
Yay.
Rilgar do something.
Gar does not do much at all.
Yeah, so this game's got a pretty neat little structure to it, where sort of all these worlds have multiple paths on them that have like multiple goals on in each path. This is very like Ratchet and Clank has always had this, but so sometimes you have to like go to a later planet to get like a gadget that you need to open up one of the paths of like the earlier planet, and that's just that is a structure that I've always just really liked.
So basically, isn't that what Metroid and Zelda do? Like,
kind of like it's sort of
thing.
like segmented Metroid and Zelda, because it's very clear where you have to go. Like it's very clear that it's like in this path there's a thing, and in this other path there's another thing.
Well, almost every level starts with like 2 paths, and right away, like you'll know which path you need to take, because the alternate path is usually closed off until you get an item from the level, or the gadget, I should say.
Yeah.
Which usually, and like most of the levels, I believe, most of the worlds like loop. So the end of the level just leads you back to the beginning, where you find your ship, and then you can move on from there. And most levels have like Dan was saying, like places where you can backtrack to once you get a gadget from like a later level, and they're not mandatory by any means. But if you want to, max out your bolts and get all the cool weapons and stuff, then those are sort of mandatory, because it's a lot of grinding if you want all the weapons in this game.
It's not actually a lot of grinding. It's definitely some grinding.
If you want to max them out, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know. There's so I almost 100%ed this game just because I think it's fun to like go around and find all the golden bolts and stuff. But I think what happened was I was going through the planets, and I got through the first couple, because after you beat the game, you also, it actually might be a little bit before this, but you get an item that just shows you where they all are on the map. So after that, it's just a question of like trudging over there and, interpreting the map correctly. But I think I got to a point where I had to do like a Clank level and try to find some gold bolts in a Clank level, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. And then I stopped.
So I want to take a step back. This is the Ratchet and Clank is the game that will make you break your one rule, Dan.
It's not the only one, but yeah, traditionally, I have actually 100%ed a few Ratchet and Clank games.
Oh, nice.
For sure. These games tend to be pretty fun to 100% as far as like those things go.
Have you played? I can't remember. I know we talked about it before, but I don't remember if I asked. Have you played Into the Nexus?
No, I've played the first 3 and this one.
Oh, that's right. I recommend Into the Nexus, especially if you got a. Actually, it's on PlayStation Now. I've got thoughts on that service, but you can play it on that, and that's how I played it. It's a very, it's a very short Ratchet and Clank game. You'll probably beat it in like 10 hours, I want to say. But it's I
feel like that's about how long this game is. Like I think that's typically where Ratchet and Clank sits. Minus a couple. Like I remember Going Commando being like a fair amount longer than that, but pretty much every Ratchet and Clank game I've beaten in like a weekend.
Yeah, 10 hours if you're going at a very slow pace, I would say. Probably closer to 7. It is a very short game, but the story is very solid. The bosses and the characters are super interesting. Even the mechanics they introduced in that game are super cool. So at the risk of sounding vague, I can't really go into details because it's very visual. But I do recommend that one. It's a lot of fun.
Oh no!
And here we have one of Insomniac's famous glitches. There's a lot of these in the Spyro series. You can just clip through walls. Ratchet and Clank is definitely privy to them as well. I know speedrunners exploit these to speedrun and whatnot, but this one was totally unintentional. And if you guys hear that jingle in the background, I somehow reached a checkpoint for the next part of this level.
Oh my god, Will, my mouth is like dropping right now. This is crazy. What is happening?
So is Ratchet, to his death.
Wow. Oh my god, oh no. That was pretty cool.
But because somehow I activated the checkpoint, I did not have to restart that section.
Wow.
Well
done, sir.
You say that he ratcheted his way through reality or something.
That's right, speed
Or
strats, speed strats.
clanked through dimensions.
I don't think that one really works.
Clanked through reality? I don't know.
That was a bit of a stretch.
The first one was good. I'll
He
give you
broke
the
the
first
nexus.
Okay. Can you work like pants or butts into this joke?
I don't know.
That's really more on brand.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, I will. That's cool. I will check that out at some point. Probably will. Next time I get an itch, like playing this game, sort of. It scratched an itch that I didn't know was there a little bit. Like I hadn't played a Ratchet and Clank game in such a long time that when I played it, I was like, oh yeah, these games.
I got one. Ratchet broke water.
Gross.
I mean, it's it works. I have to give you that. It works.
Anyways.
Anyways, this is the guy who this is the black market guy who sells you the Rhino. If you get all the Rhino cards. I don't do that in this playthrough. I've only got the Rhino, I think, a couple times in the Ratchet and Clank games. But I don't
always
tend
get the
to
Rhino.
go.
I just need to see what it's like in every game.
I think the first game it was like I actually used it against the final boss, which sort of made the final boss a joke, and I didn't enjoy it that much. But yeah, oh, he also gives you this item, which I think is the.
Well, this is the hacking thing, right?
Yeah, it's the gimmick of this game.
The Trespasser or something?
Yeah, the Trespasser. Basically, there are puzzles, quote unquote, in this game.
These puzzles were in the first game too. Like the first game had these same. It was a little different, but like these same like sort of laser. I mean, we'll see them in a second. These laser on a circle thing. Like this is, I believe, almost the exact same system, if not the exact same system that was in the first game for these type of things too.
That reminds me of the hacking sequences in Assassin's Creed 4.
I don't think I played enough of that game to get to a hacking sequence.
Nope. I don't play the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah, no, I tried to play. I've played a couple. I don't like that series.
I played about half an hour of the first one, maybe 2 hours of Black Flag, and said, all right.
Yeah.
And then I put the.
I love that series. I really